Welcome to my home. Please come on in. My name is Lisa, and this is Kindness and Light, and today is Beer Friday. Now grab yourself something to drink and get nice and comfortable because this next story about the case of the Warrens was about Devil's Road in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now, Ed and Lorraine Warren went in to investigate this case, as many others have, which is the strangest one so far. When I say strange, too, I mean weird to the fact that these people just shrugged it off until 2 nights later. The story starts out with Gerald and Laura Goodin, Goodin, Goodin. And they came home from grocery shopping one day, they went grocery shopping. They came home from grocery shopping one day and they started to put their groceries back. Well, put them away. And every time they put something away, it'd fly back out at them and hit them. While they're trying to put groceries away, they would fly back out like it had a spring or something on. Put it down, boom, flew back right out. And that wasn't just the only thing that kept on flying out of the cabinets. It was plates, spoons, knives. The refrigerator moved as they were trying to put stuff away, groceries away. Maybe the house didn't like the stuff that they were buying. Who knows? But they shrugged it off. That's what I mean by strange. Now, if I had stuff like that going on in my house, I would be freaking out. Bye-bye. Out the door I'd go and down the street. Not them. Those people just put stuff away and went back to bed. Picked it up, put it on the counter, and went back to bed. Went to bed. Figured, it's a one-time thing. A one-time thing? Come on, people. A one-time thing would be enough for me, wouldn't it be for you? If I had my milk being thrown back at me, or my macaroni or whatever I was putting away in the cupboard being thrown back at me. Yeah. Who does that? It's like, oh my God. Anyway, 2 nights later, the police, the firemen, the city engineers, the neighbors, all were at their house, the Goodin house, because there was such a commotion going on that heavy furniture, and I mean heavy, TVs, refrigerators, stoves, they were dodging all of this stuff. All of these police officers, all these firemen were dodging everything, and everyone at the scene tells the same story. Drawers, closets, televisions, like I said, heavy furniture, stoves, refrigerators. They were actually dodging them. And when I mean dodge, you would dodge like this to try to get out of the way from something. So obviously it picked something up and just threw it at them. Weird. And what's the weirdest part about it is all these people can collaborate on it and say, yes, this actually happened. Yes, this did it. And so they contacted the Warrens. Well, once the police chief found out that the Warrens were coming and going to exorcise the house, he freaked out. He didn't want that kind of publicity in his town, so he told his policemen not to say anything. Well, of course, they did, because they can't just keep their mouths shut. If you've seen stuff like that, you'd want to make sure that people knew what was really going on, that everyone's seen it, not just a couple people, a handful of people, make them think that they were nuts. No, you're going to collaborate together and say, this is what happened. Well, with the Warrens, the priest comes in, Father William Charbonny, which I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, and to examine the case, paranormal investigator Paul Eno also came and arrives with the Warrens. Police, firemen, all the witnesses, all their activity. No explanation. They don't know what's going on, They don't know why the refrigerator, they were ducking the refrigerator or the TV getting thrown across the room. The priest finally made it down to the basement and sees a big black mass. Now, a big black mass is like a big cloud of darkness. Hopefully you never see it, because usually a big black mass is usually a evil spirit or a shadow person is what they call them. Now, shadow people, you can get on the corner of your eye, you can see shadow people. Or you see shadows going across the floor and things like that. Now, mostly shadow people, if they're dark entities, that's what they are, dark, which means evil. They're bad entities. Is mostly shadow people. Now, reading the Bible, as this investigator that goes down with the Warrens was reading the Bible, and sees a mist form into four shadows, or four separate shapes. Four shapes. So it's kind of like dissipates into these four little balls or whatever, and they're all different shapes. And instead of that big black mass that the preacher had seen, the minister had seen. So that was really weird. And then the police chief supposedly told all of his, like I said, he said, do not say anything. We don't want the attention. They claimed it was a hoax. And Father and Enyo, they did an exorcism on the home. And the Warrens were so scared of the devil. They were all scared of the devil. So they called for backup, of course. And the cardinal and the future pope, Ratzinger, they blamed the police captain and mayor, claimed it was the family's fault, the 10-year-old daughter, Marcia, and tells the officers they couldn't talk about the case. Now, Marcia supposedly was like making this poltergeist do all of this stuff. She was the evil spirit that was Marcia was alive, but she was trying to manifest like these spirits and stuff to move all of this stuff. A 10-year-old cannot move a refrigerator. I'm sorry. No matter how powerful she thinks she is. She cannot move a refrigerator with her telekinesis or whatever this police chief and this mayor wanted people to think, that it was just this little girl doing this stuff. There's no way. She couldn't move a man. She couldn't move a heavy TV, or then back in them days, TVs were heavy. They weren't like this little slim flat screen stuff. It was heavy, and they couldn't do any of that. So anyway, the town more or less did it, like, oh, let's just blow it off because we don't want the publicity, we don't want this, and we don't want that. And like I said, this was one of the cases that the Warrens were really scared of, and the most activity, that they'd had, been able to see and witness themselves for it all, for the activity of moving furniture and all of this. So, I don't believe they did a movie, but I'm sure they probably wrote a book about it. Most of their cases, they do write a book about it. But after they did the exorcism, everything quieted back down. So it couldn't have been the little girl with the psychic, telekinesis or whatever to be able to move objects and stuff, the 10-year-old. But the police chief the police captain, never retracted his thing as far as Ed knew. Ed passed away, and then as far as the research and stuff that I did, he never came out and said, yeah, it was the truth. Now, if he passed away now, maybe he would have said it on his deathbed, that all of it was true, but I doubt it. But today it is known as the Roswell of all haunted houses. People go there just to look at it, and that is in Bridgeport, Connecticut. It's called Devil's Road, and they do have a book, and they do have a movie about it. I forgot. They do have a book, and they do have a movie about it, and it's like I said in the last segment of last Friday, in Fear Friday, about the Small family. Most of the cases that Ed and Lorraine had done has become a book or a movie that you can watch on TV. Now, skeptics say that it's all BS. I believe in this stuff. You know, you don't mess around with things that you don't know, and you surely don't contact anyone, until let's say it, the shit hits the fan. Literally. So, yes. So that was Devil's Road. And if you would like to read more about it or watch the movie, I'm sure you can find it. It's called The Devil's Road, and the book is called The Devil's Road. And my name is Lisa, and this is Kindness and Light, and this is the segment on The Devil's Road, the Goodin family by the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Now stay tuned for next Friday's Fear Friday, when I will be doing Werewolf of London. Yes, an actual werewolf that the Ed and Lorraine had went and did an investigation on a man called William Ramsey. So wait for that, please. If you like this and you like what I have been talking about, please like and subscribe and push that little thumbs up button and the bell button so you can get more on my Fear Fridays. Please share some kindness and shine your light upon those that are in the dark. Peace.